A pivotal event that changed my life happened on January 12, 2014 when my grandpa died. It is a pivotal event in my life because it has made me sad ever since, because he was my best friend, and when church met also changed me because it makes me sad every single time I see one of my family members crying, sad, or down. After this event, I wanted to be alone in my room by myself, away from everyone I'd like to talk to. This event hurt me so much because I couldn't go with him to church anymore. He used to pick me up like at 7:30 in the morning, we would go to church, and after that we would get bread and bring it back to his house and eat it with lemon tea. And I always enjoyed every single day with that. We used to do it every single summer, and now I can't, and I don't like it. I felt as if I was someone different. I felt like I was living somebody else's life, and I didn't like it. On April 15, 2013, there were bombings at the end of the Boston Marathon in Boston that led to the deaths of many people, and the people that didn't die got injured. The people that were behind this were two brothers that had something against the United States, and they put needles and basically anything that can hurt somebody inside the bomb so that when it exploded, it can hurt people or kill people. This is a historical pivotal event because it showed people that bad things can still happen even after the tragedy that happened on 9/11. Bacon was a former indentured servant that led a bunch of indentured servants in a rally against the Native Americans. The colonists began relying on black slaves to do all the hard labor instead of white indentured servants because black slaves couldn't communicate with each other because they were not all taken from the exact same place. They were all taken from different places that spoke different languages, and white indentured servants all spoke the same language. And this was bad because if they all speak the same language, they could communicate, and the colonists thought that if they could communicate, they could start another rebellion, and they didn't want that. And another thing was that black slaves could be owned for life, and if not for life, until their masters wanted to set them free. And white indentured servants were set free after 7 years and could destroy many more places. This is a pivotal event because the colonists saw what the indentured servants were doing, and they didn't want any future rebellions. So what the colonies did was that they shifted from only using white indentured servitude to using black slaves. The Stamp Act was a tax that British officials put on everything American colonists needed, like papers, publications, playing cards, licenses, legal documents, and newspapers. Unlike the Sugar Act that taxed items that could be boycotted and avoided, the Stamp Act taxed items that couldn't be boycotted and avoided, like paper. The colonists didn't like that all the tax money was going to the soldiers because they felt like they didn't need to be protected. So they responded in violence by tarring and feathering British officials. The tax was later taken off, and this was a pivotal event because it showed the colonists that they can get whatever they want if they just responded with violence. Abraham Lincoln wasn't an abolitionist, but he wanted to stop slavery. The people knew that he wanted to stop slavery, and 10 southern states took his name off the ballot, and he still won the presidential election. This is a pivotal event because after Abraham Lincoln won the presidential election, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, Louisiana, and Georgia all seceded from the country, and they became independent.